What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, we read up on some notes. We got together with Kibiki-sensei and his friend, I think it was Taguchi. It's been a little bit since I played the game because I visited Lizzie, and then I had Christmas stuff with family, so it has been a little bit, and I apologize for some of the errors on the past few episodes. Thank you to those of you who have pointed them out in the comments section below. Sometimes the audio or the visuals will just kind of go all staticky or completely cut out, and I'm pretty sure it's a rendering issue. And I made an announcement on my Discord regarding it, but in a nutshell, I don't really have the time to record, edit, render, and then watch the entire render and then upload. So I don't really watch the rendered product. I just, make sure everything looks fine in editing. But I'm pretty confident it's a rendering issue. I had it with a different video, one of my NCPL videos, and just re-rendered it and it turned out fine. So I'm just going to make sure I'm a little bit more careful with the process, and if those errors do come up, thank you guys so much for understanding, and thank you for your patience. One last thing, I have a cold, so I guess apologies in advance for the voice. I don't know. Regardless, Kibiki-sensei is laughing.
ありがとう、ナオ君。だがやはり君を私の仕事のためにこれ以上危険な目に遭わせるわけにはいかないよ。
Thank you, Naho, but I really can't allow you to put yourself in danger like that.
逆打ちの方法は分かっている。天神小学校へは私が田口君と二人で行ってみるから。
Trusty old Taguchi.
君は切符を待っていてくれ。
I know the escape plan. I'm going to go with trusty old Taguchi, and you're going to wait for us here.
返事の置き手紙でも書いておくかな。
I guess I should write her a note to that effect. Love this little note passing between the two of them. Reminds me of the story. Good morning, Kibiki-sensei, are you awake? I was going to say, it reminds me of a story of my aunt and uncle who, while he was in residency for surgery, they were basically not married yet, but they were communicating via a notebook where they would see each other once every 5 or 6 days. It was pretty ridiculous. This notebook on their kitchen table, they would have arguments in and stuff, and it's silly.
彼も気合十分だな。よし、行くか。
Well, he's full of spirit today. Perfect then. Let's not waste any more time.
午前の収録が終わってすぐに学校に来たんだけど、お昼休みの時間になっちゃった。案の定、クラスにはナホちゃんの姿はなかった。
I went to school as soon as I finished my morning recording session, but by then it was already lunchtime, and Naho skipped class as usual. Man, these students though.
でも、私は知ってるんだ。普段仕事でめったに出てこないあの子が、クラスメートの喧騒を避けて、昼休みにいつもいる場所を。
But I knew where to find her. Work may have kept her out of school most of the time, but when she did come, there was one spot she always chose for lunch. Is Naho very much a creature of habit?
それは、私もいつも同じ場所に行くから。
She liked to get away from the noisy classrooms to eat in peace. And I knew this because, well, I did too. This wasn't just her spot, but mine as well. I totally relate to you, Sayaka.
先生に見つかったら怒られそうだけど。
We'd probably get into trouble if a teacher ever found us there, though. Yeah, no, a lot of times the hustle and bustle of cafeterias and lunchrooms and such can be a bit much.
いい風。気持ちいいな、日差し。
See, the lock on the door leading to the school roof just happened to be broken, so... What a nice breeze. And that sunlight, too. Absolutely magical. Are we gonna get a picture of the environment? Please? Or are you gonna wait until we run into Naho? There was a fence between the buildings to prevent students from falling, but it wasn't very high, so getting over it was a fairly simple task. You've gotta be kidding me, Corpse Party. I should have known. Guys, I should have known. I thought it was gonna be Naho the whole time. Nope, of course it's Sayaka. Alley-oop! I crossed the gap mindful of any stray gusts of wind. The best shade was on that side, so as long as I didn't look down, it was well worth the effort. Or as long as no one else was looking up, it seems. And there she is. Oh, Naho? As expected, she was nestled right into her usual spot.
お昼休みの学校の屋上で紙パックを加えて読書にふける女子高生。
The sight was positively picturesque. The high school girl all tucked away on the school roof, nose buried in a book with a nondescript dust jacket. Dust jacket. Oh.
なんでも絵になるな。
I swear you could just paint any moment of this girl's life and it would make a fine portrait. How about that portrait though? Can we get a different picture, please? Tayaka. What?
オスオス。昨日結構遅くなったけど大丈夫だった？家。
Sayaka, hey there. Sorry to have kept you out so late last night. Hope your family wasn't mad at you or anything.
大丈夫。怒られなかったぜ。
Nope, no problems at all. They were A-okay with it.
おお、手なずけてるね、親。
Oh, seems you've trained them well. Huh? Conditioned them, maybe?
口悪い。じゃあ、昨日借りた先生の作品、すごいんだけど。
What are you implying? So hey, that book from Kibiki-sensei you lent me yesterday, freaking awesome. She's like always 110%.
でしょ？引っ張られるでしょ？
Right? Didn't it just totally suck you in?
最初の殺人現場、森林描写のまくしたてとか大好き。気が狂ってるよね、あの主人公。
I love how it goes on and on with the psychological descriptions of the first murder scene. That protagonist is totally nutso.
現場の移動中に読み始めちゃったからテンション上げ直すの大変だったけどね。続き読むの楽しみだよ。
It is interesting to think about how a sane person could convey through maybe writing or text or something like that a mind of insanity, right? If you were to read from the perspective of a murderer who, you know, could effectively plead like insanity or something like that, how would you sanely convey that insanity to a sane person that has never experienced that insanity? That's an interesting problem. Anyways, yeah, I wish I hadn't been reading it bits and pieces during my work commute, though. Kind of took away from the tension, but I can't wait to read more.
読んでみて。あ、そうだ。昨日借りたトゥインクルの CD もやばかった。もう死ぬ。
Yeah, just keep at it. It's gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, and that Twinkle CD you lent me? To die for. Seriously.
本当？よかった。
This is such a funny
ライブ入っ
interaction.
てたでしょ？トゥインクルはね、PV がまたいいのよ。
Really? Awesome. I'll bet you recognize a bunch of those songs from the concert, right? You should check out some of their music videos sometime too.
携帯に入ってるかな？入ってないや。今度見せるよ。
Maybe I've got one on my phone that I can show you now. Nope, guess not. I'll have to give you a rain check on that. I'll have to do it
歌
next
って
time.
みたやったらウケるかな？
I wonder if there are any good fan-made ones.
いいね。
Probably.
超見るよ私も。
Oh, good call. If there are, I totally want to see.
なった。
Yikes, the bell.
もう1時間。じゃあ私またちょっと打ち合わせに行ってくるわ。
Weren't they gonna eat lunch? 1 o'clock already? Well, I've got an appointment I can't miss, I'm afraid.
なほた、今日放課後収録よろしくね。5時半に東新宿だから、4時に校門前待ち合わせでいいかな。
Guess I'll see you after school for recording. It's at 5:30 in East Shinjuku, so we should probably meet at 4 behind the school gate.
オッケー、ナイス校門。
Okay, you said behind the gate.
そこ繰り返さなくていいよ。
Really, what are you, 5?
なほちゃんは相変わらずのテンションだ。今日の収録もきっと楽しみ
Was
だ
that
ぞ。
like some sort of sexual innuendo or something like that? I feel like I'm missing out on it. If you guys understand that, let me know. No, it was cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber? Since when is that a phrase? Just like always, today's recording was sure to be a blast. Now where are we off to? Oh, are we just left alone? Oh, now we're playing as Naho?
しつこいな。
This one's persistent, I'll give her that. Wait, is she referring to Sayaka? Or is it a ghost that she's dealing with?
滑血？嘘でしょ。
It's gotta be a spirit she's referring
まさか
to.
この呪い細胞にまで影響を与える類じゃ。
Blood? Really? Is this curse honestly affecting me all the way down to the cellular level? Might want to get that checked out. If it's TB, that's pretty problematic.
いつまで付きまとう気なの？
Seriously, how long are you planning on haunting me? Interesting.
皆さんこんばんは。大上 さやかのラブブレイバー、今夜も始まりましたよ。イエーイ。
Oh my goodness. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's installment of Sayaka Always Love Braver. The night don't start until I pour out my heart.
張り切っていきましょう。そうそう、今日はね、私学校に行ったの。友達に会いに。
So let's get pouring, shall we? You'll never guess where I went today. I went to school to meet up with a friend, actually.
久しぶりにリラックスできたよ。めっちゃ喋ってきた。めっちゃ喋った。
It was like the first time in a while I could just kick back and relax. We talked forever. Like, forever. She's got that, like, total, like, typical teenage girl way of talk. But of course, the real reason I went was to learn stuff in junk. Of course. Learn stuff in junk. How
なん
descriptive.
かスタッフが受けてる。なんで？
They're laughing at me in the control booth. What's going on in there, fellas? Huh? I would definitely be one of those fellas.
大上が学校に行く絵が面白い？
The thought of Miss Oe actually going to school is hilarious.
いや、行くよ、行くだろ。私だってみんなと同じ高校生なんだから。
Hey, come on, I go to school. I do. I'm a high school student just like everybody else my age.
笑うな。受けてるって意味か。クスクス笑いもやめろ。気を使うな。
It's so funny. I've been like conditioned. Like every time the screen is just black, I know they have like some sort of art ready to go for some scene that's coming up. I'm just waiting for the text to get to it. Don't laugh. You're trying to say I'm too old? Too cool for school? Seriously, stop it. You're gonna give me a complex.
おかしいな。学校っていいねって言いたかったのに、どうしてこうなった？
Some days you just can't win, you know? All I want to do is say how great school is, and look what happened. I'm a laughing stock.
まあいいや。では、今夜も30分、じっくりお付き合いください。フレイバー。
Ooh, that's such. I wonder what's the meaning in this sense? Braver, like, or whatever. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun at least. Let's enjoy our half hour together tonight to the fullest. Braver.
さやかのパーソナリティぶりはさすがだった。
That's
プ
pretty
ロ
neat
の仕
looking.
事を目の当たりにすると、私の気も引き締まる。
Sayaka's on-air personality was incredible. I was absolutely listening to a pro at work, and she had me hooked from the moment the show began. It's so funny because this is definitely true, right? There, even if you try to be as, I don't know, natural as you can be when on the microphone, behind the camera, etc., you will inevitably create somewhat of a different persona. And I can at least speak from my own experience that I definitely have a different persona. Not super different, right? Like, I'm still very much myself. I would very much consider, like, my Midnight Zero self myself in the same way that I consider myself when I'm not recording or just, like, chilling or not even really talking to anyone, still myself. But I definitely act and speak in a different manner. And it's funny because I didn't even try to do so. It's just how the context, the environment gives rise to that. But regardless,
はい、マイナレいただきました。サイノキさん、どうぞブースへ。
okay, that wraps up the intro. Sainoki-san, please head into the booth.
はい、
On my way.
ゲストの私が招かれる。収録ブースに入ると、さやかがマイクの向かいに座って手を振っていた。
It was my turn now as guest speaker. When I entered the recording booth, Sayaka sat facing her mic and waved me over. Hey, girlfriend.
手を振るさやかに笑顔を返して、用意されたマイクの前の椅子に座ろうとした。が、なんだろう。違和感を感じる。
Huh? I returned Sayaka's cheery smile and sat myself in front of the guest mic that had been prepared for me, but something felt wrong. Very, very wrong. Does this have to do with the haunting? Is the ghost still trying to get at her? Is Sayaka gonna die? Whoa. Whoa! That's definitely escalated quickly. That's Sachiko! Just chilling in the corner.
どうしたの？
What's the matter?
なんでもないよ。フラフラしちゃった。
Oh, it's nothing. I just felt dizzy for a second. So now we know that this ghost that is, or the spirit that is haunting Naho is Sachiko.
カメラもあるから、可愛い顔で行こうぜ。
Well, the camera's on you now, so wear your cutest face, okay?
了解。キリ？
Roger that.
この子、篠崎家の調査資料にあった篠崎の一人娘、
Yep.
幸子だ。最近付きまとっていたのはこの子だったのね。
This child was the daughter mentioned in my research on the Shinozaki family. This was Sachiko. She was the one who had attached herself to me.
幸子の目は真っ黒で、 黒目がどこにあるかわからない。
Huh.
微動だにしないが、息を殺してこちらを見ているのが伝わってくる。
Whoa. Her eyes were black and hollow with no discernible pupils at all. She sat utterly motionless, but I knew she was watching me, waiting, biding her time. This is creepy. But I am glad we're starting to get to the horror aspect.
体中の毛が逆立ち、頭に血、喉に胃液が逆流し始める。やはり篠崎家の呪いは
Wait,
強すぎる。
bile.
私の力じゃコントロールできない。
My hair stood on end, blood rushed to my head, and bile surged into my throat. The Shinozaki curse was far too powerful. I couldn't suppress it. That's scary in and of itself, but bile surging into your throat, that really shouldn't be happening. Maybe this is an attempt to say that she's, I don't know, like minorly puking, not like full on like vomiting or something like that, but having not like, I don't know, reflux? I guess maybe that's the right word, is referring to maybe like stomach juices in their entirety, because bile would be one such component of those stomach juices, but bile shouldn't really be secreted into your throat. That would not be very good, from what I've learned. I could be wrong, and if so, let me know. You guys have access to the internet a little bit more quickly than I do, but
さやかは見えていないんだ。いけない。収録機器に影響が出ないようにしなくては。
yeah, no kidding. And it was clear Sayaka couldn't see her. This was bad. I had to be careful not to let Sachiko interfere with the recording equipment.
では回します。企画お便りから。
Alright, we're back. Start with the listener mail.
さて皆さんお待ちかね。今週のやってみたコーナーは
Alright, folks, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The topic of this week's Try to Do a Thing workshop
変え
is...
ていいですかさダメもう
Ugh. Can I go home now, please? What do you mean no? Come on, be a sport.
仕方ないな。今週はそう階段やってみたです。うやー
Guess there's nothing I can do about it. This week's topic is, that's right, try to tell a scary story. Yikes.
あーもうやだって言ったのに。
What does it
なんで
sound?
いっぱいメール送ってかな。過去最高くらい来てるんだけど。
Man, I told you all I didn't want to do this one, so why did you guys send in so many responses? We actually received a record amount.
それでね、こんなの私一人じゃやってらんないので、今日はゲストの方をお招きしております。おー
Far too many to tackle by myself, so I've invited a guest to help me out.
スタッフ拍手早いよ。さて、ゲストは誰なんでしょうか。
Oh, is that supposed to be like a clap
わ
track?
かってるかな。あの方です。
Hey, don't run the applause yet, and I haven't even said who it is. Or has everyone already guessed? Because it is totally who you think it is.
作家にして心霊調査のプロフェッショナル、美人であり頭脳明晰、女子高生霊能作家の佐榎木奈穂さん。
Wow, quite the introduction. The pro with the know-how. Spear investigator extraordinaire, as beautiful as she is brainy. It's high school paranormalist, Naho Sayanoki. Oh my goodness, this voice. All of that. Yay! Give it up for
こん
Naho!
にちは。
Good evening, こんにちは。
くれてありがと
Thanks so much for
う。
coming.
いえ、お招きいただき光栄です。
No, thank you. It's an honor to have been invited.
おお、どうですこの佇まい。しっとりしてて素敵でしょ。
Ooh, how about that? Everyone's so mellow, so modest. Isn't she just the bees and the e's?
なほたんは私とは実は学校が一緒でクラスも一緒でね。
Naho and I actually go to the same school. We're even in the same class. Isn't that right? It's also...
よく遊んでる
I'm
仲
now
良しなんだけ
realizing.
ど、もうね、それを知ってる方から前々から来ていたんですよ。なほたんゲストまだーって。
It's interesting that, you know, Sayaka is so lively, so talkative, so energetic when behind the microphone, even though she noted that she doesn't really like the very noisy, you know, all the commotion of typical lunchrooms and stuff, and likes to hide away in those sorts of quiet spaces. So it's kind of like this separation. You know, are you really talking with the people you're talking to, or is it somehow different than being, I mean, it definitely is different in at least some senses from talking with people directly in front of you, but how does it change your interaction, right? It's all in how you're perceiving your audience, right? Who you're interacting with. And just the presence, the visual presence of people can completely change that dynamic. We hang out a lot, in fact. Some of you clearly knew that, and have been outright demanding that Naho make a guest appearance for quite some time now.
叶えてやったよ。喜んでね。
Well, your wish is my command. My pleasure, in fact.
まあね、一番喜んでるのは私だったりするんだけど。
I think I may even be more thrilled to have her here than you guys.
今回は怪談特集ということで、専門家のコメントをいただければと思ってます。なおさん、先に悪霊に向かってガツンと言ってやってください。
Oh man, if only you knew. Anyway, given today's theme, Naho seemed the perfect guest. So, care to get us started with some choice words for any evil spirits that may be listening?
常世の狭間で震えなさい。七つの星のもとに。
Tremble on the border between this life and the next, under my 7 stars.
決め台詞来た
Huh.
テンション上がってきたよ
Interesting. Interesting. That's what I'm talking about. Those ghosties have got to be shivering in their ethereal booties after hearing something like that.
では早速お便りを読んでいきましょう。東京都 M 市のラジオネーム、凪純平さんからの怖い話。
So, let's get right to the listeners' letters, shall we? Here's a scary story from one Junpei Nagi of M City in Tokyo.
経験上、今までほとんどの霊障はこちらの条霊力で少しずつ引いていくものだったけれど、この霊に関しては逆のようだ。
In my experience, adverse spiritual manifestations from my research had always been easy enough to keep at bay with my powers, but this one was different.
白昼にこんなにはっきりと見えるほどのエネルギーなんて初めてだ。
For this energy to be completely visible in broad daylight, I'd never seen anything like it.
いけない。頭が悪そう。
Yikes.
カメラ回ってるし、血は出さないようにしないと。
This was bad. My head was splitting, but the cameras were rolling, so to speak, so I had to at least keep myself from coughing up blood again. Yikes. It's a tough situation. And the music returns!
あれあれ、意外と緊張する子なのかな。
Naho was grabbing her skirt tightly with both hands, muscles completely rigid. My, was she actually getting nervous? How unlike her.
むしろ可愛く思えた私は、そのままリードする形で収録を進めた。
This intro in a nutshell. I kind of grinned internally a bit at the sight of Naho acting all girly and scared. It was adorable? Adorable as I like to say, but I still had a show to host.
ドドーン！なんと、襖を開けるとそこには
Thunk. I slid open the door, and there before me I
の
saw
りとこちらを見据える二つの目があったのです。
a pair of eyes staring intently right into my very soul. Wow, that is so super
ど
freaky.
うですか、ナホさん。これ作り話ですよね。
So
元
funny.
の水野さん。ご冗談を。
How about it, Naho? This has gotta be fake, right? Miss Mizuno-san of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right?
そうですね。これだけの事例証拠では真偽の断定は難しいと思います。
He may be, but with only this evidence to go on, it's hard to judge the authenticity of the
と
claim.
いうことは冗談ではなく、やっぱり水野さんの言うことは本当って可能性も。
Oh my goodness. She's definitely speaking like an announcer that's built to, like, you know, up anticipation and drama and all that. So what you're saying is, it might actually be real?
ありますね。
And that is a possibility, yes.
てかね、実はもっと恐ろしいことに気づいてるの。
Oh no, please! Actually, I've noticed something even more frightening since this segment
な
began.
ほちゃんがね、さっきからなんかチラチラ部屋の隅を気にしてるのよね。
Oh no. No, your focus keeps drifting over to the corner of the booth.
と、
Well...
いるの、まさかこのブースにいるの。
Oh
私と
no.
ナホ
Oh
ちゃんの二人
no.
だと思ってたけど。
You can't notice her, Sayaka?
やめて
Don't tell me there's somebody there, is there? Ooh, I'm getting chills. Do we have another guest with us today? An uninvited one? Please say no.
ああ、いえ、大丈夫ですよ。
Nah, we're fine. Oh, uh-oh. I don't think Sachiga's gonna like her saying that.
なほちゃんの気づかれたって表情を見ているうちに、私はだんだん怖くなってきていた。
This seemed a perfect twist to up the tension of the segment, but the look on Naho's face suggested I may have been onto something. Which was terrifying.
そう。なほちゃんが本物の霊の世界に精通してることは、100も承知のつもりだった。
Her guest spot on the show may have just been fun and games, but I knew Naho was well versed in spiritual matters. So if she actually sensed something,
けれどどこか絵空事というか自分の住む世界と違うからって真剣に理解しようとしていなかったことに今更ながら気づいたのだ。
I'd never really taken this ghost stuff too seriously before, but it might have just been because I didn't understand it. It was like a whole other world.
気づいた時にはすでに遅かったんだけれど。
Oh no. Oh no. Unbeknownst to me, the time was coming when I'd finally start to treat it with the caution and respect it deserved. But by then, it would be too late. And that time, my friends, is going to be in the next episode. I'm really curious. Sachiko just chilling in the corner, listening to all these ghost stories. Sayaka's starting to notice that, maybe something's off. Naho's having a lot of difficulty shaking the spirit, which indicates just how strong Sachiko is. And it looks like it's all coming together pretty soon. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I hope you guys are too. But until then, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.